What's going on, guys? My name's Qashus. This is Yousaf. We're on the second floor. This is the second floor. And here we go.
So, Qashus, what's on everybody's mind today? Boston versus Cavaliers.
Yeah, man. It's going to be crazy.
It is going to be crazy. Game 7.
We got like 2 Game 7s in the NBA right now.
2 Game 7s in the NBA right now. One's happening on Monday. But we're going to focus on, let's focus on Cavaliers.
This series.
Let's focus on Cavaliers and Boston, man. Today's Game 7, and in the past, this series has been, home team's been winning. And today, they're playing in Boston. So, in your opinion, do you think the Cavaliers have a chance today?
I feel like every time LeBron scores over 40, the Cavs have a chance. I think that if he drops 40, this is my prediction. So if he drops over 35, and has, you know, his 10 points or 10 assists, 10 rebounds as well, his triple double, and he gets his teammates involved, and if he has a second person that's going to drop 20 as well, they have a chance to win.
Well, that's a very good point that you just brought up. We know Love is out due to the concussion in Game 6. Love was the top rebounder, you know, 10 rebounds per game, and he's dropping close to 13 points, 14 points per game. So who can really replace him in this game?
I don't think Kevin Love is replaceable, but if I had to guess and who would they need, I would say my bet would be on Kyle Korver.
Okay.
And J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
If J.R. Smith or Kyle Korver can get hot from the 3-point line, I feel like they have a chance to win.
Yeah. Well, Korver, LeBron does depend on him at certain times, and last game Korver did really well as well. So based on that, he could be the second guy. In my opinion, George Hill did really step up last game, and if he can step up again, he had 20 points last game, and I think if he can do that this game and not replace Kevin Love, but be the guy they need in number one, they have a really good chance against the Celtics.
Yeah, I feel like with Boston's young team, they're just they're run and gun, and they got all the pieces in play for a championship team. But with the Cavs, they heavily rely on LeBron, and they heavily rely on a secondary person. And a lot of their guys, like, I feel like they'll have good games here and there. And so they need someone to step up with LeBron tonight, because LeBron is always efficient. He's always on his game, and so if they want to win, LeBron needs to score 40 or 35, have that triple double, and they need a secondary person to drop at least 20 or get hot and step up to the plate. So.
Again, in terms of second person, it's either George Hill or we're looking at Larry Nance.
You think that it should be George Hill or Larry Nance?
Yeah, I think Nance. They're gonna have to replace Kevin Love, and Nance has good ball handling and decision making, and I think that's something that could be trouble for Celtics tonight, because if he comes into the game and he's bringing his decision making, I mean, Love is a great player, but I think he has his role set on rebounds and just going off assist and scoring. Whereas Nance, I feel like he could create plays and he could make some decisions that could cause Celtics to shift their defensive side.
I mean, if he steps up, for sure.
So
what's your prediction then for this game? Who you got? It's at Boston. Keep in mind that Boston's won all 3 games at home, and Cavs have won their games at home.
Keeping in mind the game tonight is in Boston, but when Love did go out after the collision with Jason Tatum, Cavaliers did go on a run, and LeBron did step up, and that's when George Hill stepped up as well. And I feel like, keeping that in mind, today they do have a good chance, regardless of my bias against the Cavaliers. I feel like they do have a good chance of winning this game tonight. But it's, again, like you said in the beginning, LeBron's gonna have to drop at least 40 points. So he's gonna have to cover for Love.
So you got the Cavs tonight?
I think Cavs have a good chance. I think they despite despite the fact that Boston have won, and Boston has a really good home game record, and they play really well in home court. But based on tonight, it being Game 7, I don't think LeBron's gonna go out easy.
Yeah, exactly. Game 7, and almost every elimination game LeBron's played, he's always stepped up. He's always been clutch. So I'm going with the Cavs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that as well. Yeah, I think we're going with the Cavs tonight's game.
Sorry, Cavs. Boston fans. So anyway, we got another Game 7, Golden State and Houston. Quickly before we finish this episode, Yousaf, man, your prediction on
last game was tough, right? First half Houston dominated, and then they went on 64-25 run. Golden State Warriors went on 64-25 run in the second half, and scoring 25 points in NBA playoff for second half, that's very low. That's inexcusable for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, they just crumbled, I feel like.
And Chris Paul, right? They're one of players. They're not only missing Chris Paul on the bringing up the ball side of things, but the leadership, right? They kind of crumbled. James Harden, great player, great leader, but I feel like the intensity Golden State Warriors were playing at last night. If Chris Paul was there, I feel like he could have added some. I don't know if they would have won the game, but I feel like he would have added some sort of leadership.
It was definitely a huge factor
he would have been a huge factor.
I think that if they would have had Chris Paul, the game would have been different. It wouldn't have been a blowout like it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a huge loss for them. But I feel like I'm gonna go. I'm taking the underdog, man. I'm taking Houston. I want them to win, and
I think a lot of people do. I'm personally speaking, I'm kind of sick of the Golden State era. The Golden State era, and I feel like it's time that somebody needs to knock them out. But as much as I kind of hate to say this, I feel like Golden State are not going to let Game 7 go by easy. I'm looking at the record for the Western Conference Finals. Looking at the record, it's been 1-1, right? So they won at home, they won away, and so going back to Houston tomorrow night, I feel like Golden State will have a chance. And we don't know if Chris Paul is playing tomorrow's game or not yet. But going back to Houston, I feel like Golden State's going to bring it, and
they have a good chance.
They do have a good chance. I think I'm going to go with Golden State on that one. Despite how I truly feel, I feel like in terms of what they brought last game, they're gonna keep that energy up, and they're probably gonna win Game 7. So
we'll see what happens.
All right, second floor. Thank you for watching.
Second floor, guys. Stay tuned for the next video.